to the podcast for When the Curves Line Up for October 29, 2023. Please see the article that includes diagrams of today's events on the website at whenthecurveslineup.com. Text by Jeffrey L. Hunt. In Chicago, sunrise occurs at 7:19 a.m. Central Daylight Time, followed by sunset at 5:49 p.m. Today daylight's length is 10 hours, 30 minutes at Chicago's latitude. It decreases approximately 1 to 2 minutes each day. In comparison, the sun is in the sky 40 minutes longer at Miami, Florida's latitude. Here is today's planet forecast. In the morning sky. At the beginning of the new calendar day, the moon is passing close to Jupiter in the southern sky. They are closest at 1:02 a.m. CDT, with the moon 2.6 degrees to the upper right of the Jovian giant. The bright Hunter's moon is next to bright Jupiter. Other writers may refer to a different time and distance. Two different coordinate systems are used between sky watchers. Some use the equatorial coordinates. The celestial equator is an imaginary circle directly above Earth's equator. In this system, longitude is named right ascension and it is measured in hours, like a 24-hour clock. A conjunction occurs when Jupiter and the moon have the same right ascension or equatorial longitude. The Naval Observatory's Mica computer program uses the equatorial system and predicts a Jupiter-Moon conjunction at 3:14 a.m. CDT and a separation of 3.1 degrees. This is the data some writers may use to describe this conjunction. This writer uses the coordinate system based on the ecliptic, the solar system's plane. This is the location where the sun, moon, and planets appear to move against the famous zodiacal constellations, such as Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and the like. Depending on how they are counted, the major solar system bodies can appear in front of at least 15 constellations, the famous dozen, plus Ophiuchus, Orion, and Cetus. In this system, the ecliptic is tilted 23.5 degrees compared to the equator. The easiest way to observe this tilt is to note the different rising points of the seasonal sun, toward the east-northeast during summer and east-southeast during winter. Here conjunctions occur when the celestial bodies have the same ecliptic or celestial longitude. Usually, these conjunctions occur when the two bodies are closest. When conjunctions of the planets and moon are within about 1 degree, the equatorial conjunction information and ecliptic predictions are nearly the same. When farther away, such as this morning, the times and separations can be hours apart. It should be noted, both times and separations are accurate. They specify conjunctions in the relative coordinate systems. Likely, only sky watchers, night owls, and Saturday night revelers will note this early morning conjunction. For others, look for them low in the western sky during morning twilight. An hour before sunrise, the lunar orb is nearly 20 degrees up in the west. The gap to Jupiter widens to 3.4 degrees, still relatively close. Farther eastward, the brilliant morning star is about 30 degrees up in the east-southeast. It steps eastward in front of Leo, nearly 20 degrees to the lower left of Regulus, the Lion's brightest star, and over 12 degrees to the right of Denebula, the tail. The pattern's dimmer stars are washed out by the bright moonlight. On November 1st, Venus passes Denebula in a wide conjunction. 2 mornings later, the planet moves into Virgo. Through November 6th, Venus rises at its maximum rising time interval compared to sunrise, 4 minutes shy of 4 hours. Then it begins to rise later compared to sunrise. By the end of November, Venus loses 13 minutes of rising time compared to this maximum rising time interval. In the evening sky, Mercury and Mars are not visible. Mercury is moving into the evening sky while Mars is heading toward its solar conjunction. Mercury sets 14 minutes after the Sun and Mars follows 4 minutes later. An hour after sunset, the bright gibbous moon, 88% illuminated, is about 5 degrees above the east-northeast horizon. It is 11.1 degrees to the lower left of bright Jupiter. The Jupiter-Moon gap is considerably wider than this morning, whether at its closest point or during morning twilight. At this hour, Saturn, noticeably dimmer than Jupiter, is over 30 degrees up in the south-southeast. It is retrograding in front of Aquarius, but the fainter starry background is difficult to see in this moonlight. The star Fomalhaut is about 20 degrees to the lower left of Saturn. When the moon is higher in the sky, Uranus might be visible through a binocular, 2.4 degrees to the lower right of the lunar orb. This is a challenging observation because of the moon's glare. While 4 stars in Aries, 63, Delta, Zeta, and Tau, on the chart in the article, the moonlight might overwhelm them as well. To see the planet without the moon, shift the binocular slightly to the right so that the moon is out of the field of view. Take a look. It should be noted that the bright moon viewed through a binocular may create a temporary after-image in your vision, like that from a photo flash. Thank you for listening. Please read the articles at whenthecurveslineup.com.